Hello, I'm Beth Berry. I'm Vice President of Business Development for Real Green Systems. We are a software and integrated marketing company based in Walled Lake, Michigan, and this is part of our Straight Talk series where I take a deep dive with Real Green executives. Some you've known for years, some are rather new to Real Green, and you get to understand what's going on behind the scenes, especially in 2020, where we've been incredibly busy, to know what term like product management is. So my guest today, I'm excited to have Caitlin Pomeroy. Caitlin is our Vice President of Product. And when Bill Noonan introduced this concept to me, I said, Caitlin, oh, no, we have that. Steve Katz is Vice President of Product. He's like, no, you don't really get it. And I call you the orchestra director, but I'm going to let you do a more in-depth introduction and tell us what product management is, as well as your background before you joined Real Green.
Thanks, Beth. I'm super excited to be here today. So I've been at Real Green for just over a year now, which is wild how time has flown, but it's high time that we take a little bit of time to discuss what product management is and how it translates to new features and functionality for our customers. As a quick kind of intro and bit of background, my professional background is all in vertical software businesses. So I have, I'm coming to the table with less lawn care expertise, but with a lot more software expertise, which I found at Real Green, having the right mixture and optimization of those two is really how we thrive and make sure we are staying true to our roots and delivering things that are really meaningful for our customers, while we're continuing to drive further efficiencies in our own organization and make sure we're delivering the software features, functionality, and support that we need to make our customers successful. So let me just start by giving a quick overview of what product management is. So essentially, at a high level, me and my team, we're focusing on what we need to build and define in our products, what's most important to our market, what feedback we're getting from our customers, our existing customers, and those out in the market who might be using other products. And we work to figure out what features and functionality will deliver the most value to our customers. It's our job to own a roadmap for each of our products and to drive our development teams to deliver those products and features that match the feedback we've gotten from the market. And then we also own the strategic communications around that. So making sure that our customers understand what each new feature and piece of functionality does for them, how they can use it and deploy it successfully, and then making sure that, of course, our internal teams are prepared to help support our customers should any issues arise. I can cover a couple examples, which I find typically helps illustrate, what we're doing and why it's important. So what I've heard from our customers time and time again is that labor and team efficiency is one of the biggest objectives, right? So, it's hard to find qualified people, retaining them. And so making sure that you're getting the most out of your team, your technicians today is critical for driving growth and efficiency in your businesses. And so we look at that from the context of routing and scheduling. And one of the big projects we have going on right now is trying to find a path to improve the efficiency of our routing tool. So maximize the route density, the number of square feet that can be produced in a given day, and providing the tools and visibility to make sure that you can manage your teams effectively. There are other key themes around optimizing kind of product chemical utilization. And when you can combine optimizations of labor and fertilizer, that's two of the biggest cost elements for our customers. If we could squeeze even 1% of efficiency out of that translates directly to our customers' bottom line. And that's really the type of thing that we're trying to deliver with our products.
I love that. So the good news is Real Green has all of these different products to serve your business. And the bad news is Real Green has all of these products that have to work together. What were some of your key findings early on in terms of how can we better create a more seamless customer experience?
Yeah. So those who have been around the block with Real Green this won't come as a surprise at all. But one of the first things I noticed is that all of our products historically functioned as standalone products, right? So you would maybe find a problem with your with the mobile app, you'd call in and you'd get a dedicated mobile support team. But if you also had a problem with CAW, our customer assistant website, you'd have to get moved to a different support team who could answer that call. And those silos were indicative of how the product was made as well. So rather than, for example, sharing a backend database between Service Assistant and our customer assistant website, we had two separate databases, two separate sets of code, and therefore we had to come up with a sync process to let the two communicate with each other. While that functions, that works, it's not an ideal integration. There's a time delay associated with it. There's potential errors that can happen. And so by driving better integration between our products, it means that we're able to leverage the different pieces of functionality more effectively. So for example, if we are going to work through, prepay season is coming up. So prepay season is a great example. Today, or historically, if you wanted to create a campaign around getting your customers to prepay, you could use AMA to send emails, and you could use our print department to send letters to your customers. There's no way to make sure that those two, one's a digital letter, one's a physical letter, to make sure that they look the same and have the same branding, have the same information, shared the same way. That should all be something that you can self-serve, that you can manage directly through an online portal, and that you can be strategic around connecting. And so you would use the data that's in Service Assistant to help you figure out who you should sell to and what who you should target and what you should be trying to get them to prepay for. And then coming up with one campaign on both email and letters to make sure that you're hitting the majority of your customers and making your prepay season as effective as possible. That's something we're actively working on today, is creating one tool where you can manage both emails and letters, and leveraging that data directly out of Service Assistant. So you don't have to wait for somebody to pull data, go back and forth a bunch of times with different support teams, and ultimately end up with something that isn't consistent across all of your customer touch points.
That's amazing. I would say in the 6 years I've been at Real Green, my number one role has been Rolodex. Like, who do I call because this letter doesn't have this? And then who do I call because of this email? And so breaking down those silos and bringing the entire product experience together is going to be amazing for our customers. Do you expect our internal quality assurance process to evolve as well?
Yeah, so one of the challenges associated with standalone products is that every time we make a change to one of those products, we have to figure out how that will impact everything else across the board, right? So in a sync process between CAW and the customer portal, our automated marketing assistant, our email tool, and Service Assistant, if we make one change in any of those, we have to figure out how does it flow through each of the integrations that we've built. By simplifying and the back end, making these things speak directly to each other rather than working through other, sync type processes, what we're doing is we're simplifying the infrastructure, which means that we're less likely to make errors in the development process. We're more likely to catch any errors that are made in our quality assurance process. And it will ultimately make it so that we are faster in getting new features and functionality out the door. So the integration serves a huge purpose for our end customers, in making sure that they can access what they want to do and use our software as effectively as possible. It also serves a great purpose internally in making us more efficient and faster in delivering new features and functionality and delivering higher quality code and less bugs that reach our customers.
That is amazing. So you do know you're sitting on the dream team, right? Well, I don't know if that was part of the deal when you came on board. You said I get the cream of the crop. We don't have anyone that's not cream of the crop at Real Green, but truly you have some amazing industry expertise and you're coupling with software experts. Tell us about your team and what are all the different products that you do manage in your portfolio?
Yeah, I absolutely adore my team. They are fantastic. And I've just been so impressed by how they've kind of taken the reins on this concept around product management and really pushed it forward and gotten buy-in from our customers and from our internal team and everything we're trying to do. So basically, my team is composed of people who are their titles are generally product managers or product owners. The product manager side of the house is more business facing. They'll interact more directly with our customers, make sure that they're understanding, what problems are we running into? What are the things, the big strategic priorities for our customers? And they'll work to come up with high-level plans around those specific needs. The product owners are the more technically oriented side of the team, and they're the ones who are taking that information and translating it into specifics for our development team to develop against. And so between those two roles, we're actually creating a really effective communication pathway from the market, from our sales team, from our customer success team, through to our engineers, without having to put them in front of customers, which means ultimately they're able to work really efficiently and build the right thing the first time. So I have a team that basically covers all of our different products. So my team sits over all of our software products. We've got Mike Carden and Elizabeth Hilvardi on Service Assistant. We've got, coverage on Customer Assistant website, our Automated Marketing Assistant, our mobile live product. We also have a product team that sits over our full marketing services solution. So there's a woman named Dawn Keach, who is my director over that. And she's working to really bring all of our marketing services together as one package and product, and to have those integrate really effectively with Service Assistant. So by having a full team that sits together, that speaks together all the time, we're really breaking down silos between the various products. And we've got coverage that really can help make sure that we're collaborating effectively with the engineering team, defining roadmaps that are going to be realistic for us to deliver on, and making sure that we're hitting all of the key items that we need to hit to continue to deliver value for our customers.
You missed my favorite. So since you've joined us, you've done amazing things, but one area in which I've seen leapfrog our competition, increase retention for our customers, decrease accounts receivable, is the phenomenal work you've done on Real Green payment processing. That is a game changer for Real Green and our customers. The features, the auto update. I get very excited when I talk to our customers about that. And you just glossed right over it.
I did. You're right. I apologize. Thank you. Yeah, we have done a tremendous amount of work in improving our payment processing offering. We really feel that having integrated payment processing is what helps our customers take control of their cash flow, reduce their receivables, and be able to manage really effectively all of the elements of collecting payments. Our new product also enables e-check capability within the same account, so it's much easier to manage all the different payment types. And we're really excited. We're about to roll out a really fantastic reconciliation tool that sits within Service Assistant to help our customers track and manage the transactions that are being processed through the gateway. Everything that shows up in Service Assistant and is allocated to the correct customer account, and then the deposits that hit the bank account. And so being able to manage that all in one place means that we're able to really help you understand all of the payments that are coming in the door, making sure that you're managing them effectively, that you're getting the correct deposits all the time, and that you have that visibility within Service Assistant. So we're super excited about all of the progress and innovation we've been able to deliver on the payment processing side. And I've got a fantastic team led by Kelly Cusick, who is managing that process, making sure that we have all of the integration we need to make our customers successful. And of course, are helping teach our customers how to take advantage of all of the features of the new version of payment processing.
I love our monthly billing, installment billing, the auto updater. I could go on and on. So this might be breaking news to you, but prior to your arrival, we launched SA5 too soon, Caitlin. I don't know if you know this. And so I've
heard, whisperings along those lines. Yes.
Fine. Yes. And so I will still occasionally talk to customers who say, yeah, I looked at that in 2017 and I'll get around to it. I haven't seen SA4 for over 2 years. So I forget that not everybody is on board yet. But when you join the team in this new role, what emphasis have you put on SA5 parity, and where would you say we're at?
Yeah, SA5 is core for us. SA5 is the engine off of which everything else runs. So if we think about our structure as a software company, this is our core enterprise solution. It supports customer relationship management, all of the operations functions, production, routing, et cetera, and as well as billing and, receivables. It really is the solution, the base solution off of which all of our other products should function, and all of the key, core functionalities that our customers are doing are based. And so getting SA5 right, making it the premier CRM solution for the green industry is my number one priority, and something that the team is really invested in creating. So the good news is that we have a ton of great progress on parity here. So we've got over 1,000 customers on SA5 today. We've got a lot of positive reviews. That being said, there is more to do to affect a seamless transition from SA4 to SA5, particularly for some of our power users who have come up with their own workflows and processes in SA4 over many, many years. So, we've come a long way since we went down this path. Typically, rewriting a software package as robust as Service Assistant takes 5 to 7 years. We are right on track for that. But what we're working to do at this point is to make sure that we're not just getting the same feature at a high level from SA4 into SA5. What we're making sure to do is that we're bringing features and functionality from SA4 into SA5, but trying to make sure that we are enhancing them in the process. So sometimes it really is about just making sure, a report that was available in SA4 is also available in SA5, you have that functionality, et cetera. But sometimes it's about making sure, okay, we know we want to enable a certain function in the software. SA4 had it and had it easily, but it was hard to train people on it, or it was hard to find where that might be, right? So as we move these features into SA5, we're trying to be really thoughtful about maintaining the upsides of things that SA4 did really, really well, and also making sure that we're leveraging the most modern technology or best practices in software, and making those features even more easy to use, to train, to have people, adopt really easily, and still be able to move through all of their daily tasks as quickly and efficiently as possible. So one of the big themes that I keep hearing in SA5 is, if we're moving to an all-hosted platform, can we open up SA5? Can we make this data and all of these features and functionality available across other tools? And so, in addition to making sure that we're fleshing out parity so that you can do everything you did in SA4 just as easily, if not more easily, in SA5, we're also investing in extra features and functionality like an API library, which will be something that is sold and monetized like all software companies do. But it's a key theme of opening up our platform, of making sure that however you want to use the data that's in Service Assistant, that you're able to do that. And similarly, we're going to continue to invest in partnerships. That's something Beth, you and I have been working on closely together, that are scalable, that enable you to do all of the different activities that might not make sense for us to build internally, like a soil test, for example. But to make sure we're avoiding things like duplicative data entry, et cetera. So opening up the platform so our customers can get more value out of the software ecosystem is something that we're really investing in addition to all of the kind of classic parity items, to make sure that we have everything that was in SA4 just as good in SA5.
I love my new role, developing partnerships, and I've appreciated the thoughtful approach you've taken in terms of, well, for instance, prior to your arrival and the leadership of Bill Noonan, if we thought our customers needed new feature set, we would build it. We would just put it on the list. It would be on that Excel spreadsheet you have seen. And we, other than credit card processing and third-party collections, we had the intent to build everything. And so
Yeah.
I've really enjoyed partnering with companies that our customers will jointly use, and we're getting some great traction there. But what do you think is the decision set that you would go through when you make that decision? Is this something we should put on the list and build ourselves, or is it better to just partner?
Yeah. So every time a new, a customer comes to us with an idea of, hey, I'd really like to be able to do this, or I'd really like to see a way to accomplish that. The thing that I the framework, I guess you could say, that I use to consider these things is to think about, what do we define as our core products here at Real Green? So that's the frame of reference when I think about, should we build a feature? Should we buy something and do some kind of merger to envelop that functionality into our software platform, or should we partner? So I would say that over the past year, we've defined 3 cores in Real Green's ecosystem. So one of those is our core software, SA5, and the mobile app that enables technicians to post-production from the field. There's our marketing services offerings and a really big focus on helping our customers grow. And then there's payments and helping our customers manage their cash flow. Anytime an idea fits into one of those 3 cores, then that's something I want us to build, so that we can control the integration. We can make sure that all of the data transfer and visibility, that should be accessible between the different ways you might use those pieces of software, or you might try to manage your customer communications, is available. If it's outside of the core, then it's not something that I want our development team, who never has enough time for everything we want them to complete. It's not something I necessarily want them to spend their time on. And instead, I would like to see us partner with a best of breed for that solution. And so, from that perspective, then, the soil test is a great example. Like, we're not going to build a soil testing lab. That's not core to us. But we understand that our customers need to get data from the soil test lab back into Service Assistant to have it available for them. And so building a partnership that has the data transfer go automatically between the two is really, really valuable. And so that's the type of analysis that we do these days, to think about, should we build a feature from scratch, or should we open up an opportunity for somebody who is an expert in that thing to do that thing for our customers, but still get the benefits of that automatic data transfer, or what have you, whatever the integration entails.
So we have seen significantly improved, tighter integration across all of our products this year. And I want to talk specifically about AMA, because I have a posted here on my desk somewhere. It's one of our best performing products, but we always have customers who have great ideas and they want to add to that. Tell us how we might be able to grow our AMA offering this year. Anything on the horizon?
Yeah, I've got some good news there. So we are making a ton of investments across our product portfolio to make sure that we are continuing to stay at the forefront of the industry. We're expanding our team, making sure we have people in the right place, and that's really going to help us accelerate our pace of innovation, make sure that we are maturing as a software company and building on the great platform that we are so lucky, that Joe and you, Beth, and the rest of the team who's been here for a while has built over time. So one of those investments is on our AMA product, or Automated Marketing Assistant product. So exactly what you said. One of the things, AMA is a really powerful tool. It takes kind of the data inherent in Service Assistant, and it creates the ability to set up all of these automated communications to existing customers, to prospects, et cetera. It is such a powerful tool for our customers to make sure that they're reaching their customers regularly upon a preset cadence, but it doesn't require the operational list of generating that email list every time, writing up that communication. It's super powerful. One of the drawbacks of the legacy product, however, is that there isn't a ton of flexibility. So what we did in building it is we said, we want our customers to be able to send this type of communication. And we built out exactly what the workflow would be for that specific type of communication, and we delivered it, and we said, here you go. So, over time that proliferated. There's something like 45 sub-products in AMA today, but there isn't the ability really to do anything customized. So what we're working on is two key improvements for AMA. The first is making it self-serve. So today, you can do some self-serve via our command center tool, but for some of the more nuanced products, you have to call into our tech support team and get them to set up a campaign or a communication for you. So the first thing is that we're making it self-serve. So you can go in, you can look at the settings that your company has, you can check, you can change, you can edit, you can add, you can subtract whenever you want to without having to place a tech support call. The second thing we're doing is we're rethinking the logic behind how the communications are set up to make it just immensely more flexible. So we'll still have presets, if you want to set up a classic before service email, for example, we don't want to have to make you go through the muck of selecting each thing individually. So you'll still be able to go in and say, hey, I want to set up a before service email, but you'll be able to take that preset and add and subtract from it the way you want to. Or if you have a unique idea and you want to do something that's proprietary to you, you'll now have the opportunity to go in and create a completely custom communication based off of whatever triggers, whatever statuses, whatever changes in the data you want it to be configured off of, which should enable our customers to use AMA for whatever it is that they want to do in terms of email communications. Over time, this won't be a 2020 item, but over time, we're also going to build in texting and print communications into that same tool. So you'll be able to go to one place and manage all of the different ways you would communicate with your customers, written communications with your customers, which should also address the problem of making sure that everything that touches your customer has a cohesive brand to it and is something that fits together across the different campaigns you have running.
Very cool. So we're excited for that. And when will we have this additional functionality in AMA? Hate to put you on the spot.
That's okay. We're going to be introducing what we call an MVP at the beginning of Q2 calendar year 2021. So around April of 2021.
Most valuable player. I'm a lawn care girl. MVP, most valuable player.
Yeah, exactly. Most valuable player. So what the software speak for that is minimum viable product. And what that means is it won't necessarily be a product where we can completely replace existing AMA today, but it will have all of our, presets in there. It'll be something that customers can get in, can use, and we're really excited about it. So we'll be delivering a new version of AMA in April of 2021. It won't be the full version where we can completely sunset the old AMA yet, but we'll quickly work to do that throughout the remainder of 2021 to make sure that everything you have, is in the new tool is something that is self-service and therefore much easier to manage going forward.
That is very exciting.
We're really excited about it.
So Caitlin, you have a lot of experience in this area, working with Sarent, many other software companies. I get asked very often, what should we expect to spend on software? And it's like saying, how much should I spend on a car? It's a very wide range. If you go to a trade show, you can start with QuickBooks CRM for $9 a month. You might only be able to print invoices and post them, but it's $9 a month. Or there are design build companies out there who will charge you 3% of your gross revenue for software costs. So obviously it's probably somewhere in between, but directionally, is there any guidance we could give prospects for what maybe they should spend on software solutions?
Yeah, it's a great question. So one of the things that's particularly unique about Real Green is that we provide services that would fall in your software spend category, in your marketing spend category, and in your payment processing spend category. And so I would just say, like, as a starting place, that Real Green covers just a much wider swath of operations than a traditional software company, certainly than lots of others that I have worked with, in the Sarent capacity and beyond. So first and foremost, I would say, if we're just speaking about software, right, that's one thing. But if you're looking at all of the different operational tasks that Real Green products help manage for you, then you should expect to spend more than just on a base software product, right? That's how you're going to hit all of your prospects and convert them into customers. We can see from our data that Real Green customers grow on average about 3 times faster than the industry average, like the industry as a whole. And so, the guidance I would give to people is basically, if you're thinking about trying to grow your company, increase your profitability, then the different types of tools that you need to manage your customers effectively are likely well worth what you're going to spend on them. I would argue that our software is optimized for the green industry and is helping our customers manage their customers with the same staff, right? So it's delivering all kinds of operational efficiencies. It's helping communicate to those customers in automatic ways rather than manual ones. And then it's integrating all of that marketing spend in, and importantly, also the collections piece of it. So making sure that you're getting that money so you can continue to pay your people, invest in your business, and continue to grow. So I don't have a dollar figure or a percentage figure to throw out for you, other than to say we always strive to deliver a huge amount more value than we're asking you to pay us in your monthly bill. But when you think about what you're spending with Real Green versus with somebody else, you should look at all 3 of those different spend categories and take that into consideration.
You mentioned it earlier in our conversation. Labor is the #1 cost for any of our customers. So when I speak to our customers about our various solutions, someone might say, well, we're paying 4% more on AMA than Constant Contact. Yeah, but it's integrated. And when you're having that customer conversation, you need to know exactly what they saw, or credit card processing. So the seamless integration just pays dividends, which sometimes we don't always express that value.
It's great, right? It's a great point, right? So the AMA example, in addition to sending out those emails automatically, so you don't need to have somebody go in, generate that list, check the email and send it, you then also have that full history of customer communication on your customer page. And so if a customer were to call in with a question, you'd be able to see all of the different emails that were sent to them, understand what offers they had received or what communication they had received, and help manage that customer conversation a lot more effectively than you would if it wasn't all right there in front of you.
Absolutely. So you own the roadmap, the big roadmap, and we had SA5 parity and so many things to get through. And then 2020 is just not a normal year anyway. But how far out are you strategically looking for what will be next on our innovation roadmap? Is it 12 months? Is it 18? Is it 5 years?
Yeah, so when we think about building a roadmap, we want to think about 3+ years in the future in terms of what types of innovation, where are we trying to go? Who are we catering to? What are their needs over the next 3 years? And how are we going to get from 2020 to 2023? What does that path look like? In terms of a roadmap, something concrete to look at, obviously the sooner in, the more concrete we can be. So we typically are happy to share our roadmaps for a couple of quarters out, because those are things that we feel really confident about, that we're able to say, we're working through this right now. We have it scoped out. We know how big of a development project it is, so we can commit to you a given time frame and know that we're pretty confident we can hit that time frame, and therefore you can plan for it, and you won't be disappointed if it doesn't, et cetera, right? So in terms of actually sharing out concrete plans, we typically only do that within a couple quarters, but we are constantly thinking about where do we need to go and what do we need to deliver in terms of innovation for our customers to help them grow and continue to meet the needs over the next 3+ years. And so for us, those key themes are, they're bringing in all kinds of opportunities to manage the core operations of the business. So we talked about labor earlier and making sure we can manage that more efficiently. We talked about product usage and making sure that we are finding a way to measure and optimize product usage so that it is used efficiently. We're also thinking about things like, how do we help customers manage their customer churn? So we actually have a couple really high-powered interns. Interns probably doesn't do them justice. They are super intelligent, highly educated engineers who are working on proofs of concept right now to come up with some what we would call almost like a machine learning model around customer churn. So trying to build a model to say, based on your data, this would be the characteristics of customers who leave you. Based on those characteristics, these are your customers today who might be at risk. And we can proactively serve those up to you and say, you should go out and make sure you're addressing these customers so they don't leave you. And so moving that from proof of concept into something that we can actually deliver in our product, that's a multi-year goal, but it's something we're thinking about now so that we can deliver that type of innovation to our customers down the line.
Early on in your stay with us, you visited with a lot of customers. You have reached out to many of our customers, and you identified certainly a large number of them also offer maintenance. Many of them are into landscape design build, and I won't hold you to a date on this, but in fact, we are making tremendous strides in that area, correct?
Yeah, so one of the things that took me a little bit by surprise, but that was a very consistent piece of feedback, was that for a lot of our customers, as they grow, they're offering more services to existing customers. And in fact, we have some customers who are using us for their lawn care business, but other software packages for their landscape maintenance or landscape design and build businesses. And, you know, we heard a desperate plea to say, if we could just manage everything in one software package, it would make our lives infinitely easier. So that's something that we absolutely want to help deliver that efficiency for our customers. And we've been making a lot of investments in continuing to build out what is needed to run a landscape maintenance, and eventually we'll get to landscape design and build functionality. So we are really thrilled with the progress so far. We are, I believe we have a communication coming out around some of our latest features in October here, but we'll give a little sneak peek that we've built out a really sleek pricing calculator for time and materials based work, which is a little different than how a traditional lawn care company would price their business. And so that will enable, you know, both types of service lines to be priced out and managed from Service Assistant. And one of the things that is a big priority for 2021, so next year, is making sure that we improve our proposal module to make it a lot more customized, which is something that is a lot more standard in the landscape maintenance and design build sides of the green industry. And so we're really looking forward to delivering that functionality. And the great news of this all is not only does it help serve our customers who have multiple service profiles, but things like a custom proposal generator is something that our lawn care customers who don't offer landscape maintenance services still might like to take advantage of. And so we're really excited to work on and deliver that.
That one is very exciting. So a little background on you before we wrap up. You were born and raised in Maine, I believe, and you've just recently relocated and purchased a home like the rest of America to Michigan. Tell us about your new house. Where's it at?
I'm super excited. Yeah, it's here in Michigan. It's in a suburb called Northville, and I am super excited about it. I actually think that Maine and Michigan are not that dissimilar in a lot of ways. And so I've felt at home here from the beginning. I'm super excited to be able to put down roots here and really looking forward to a little bit more space, nothing like a global pandemic to really help you appreciate your green spaces. So I'll be needing lawn care, and I'm looking forward to phoning up a couple of our customers for that.
So far, you're checking the box on all the pandemic trends. You've purchased a house in the suburbs, and tell us what the other thing was that you just recently did.
Oh, I got a dog, a puppy.
Tell us about him.
My favorite. He's 5 months old. He's a golden retriever, and he is so sweet. And we've just been having the best time with him. So yeah, I'm taking advantage of a little bit less travel by getting the puppy, which is great. And he doesn't really know it yet, but he's looking forward to the extra space in the backyard too.
And does he travel well?
He's an amazing traveler. We're super lucky. He's a really chill dog. So that has just made everything a little easier.
It's like babies. Don't trust them yet. They're not grown yet.
Exactly.
What's his name?
His name is Ryder.
That's so fun.
He's a sweetie.
What a nice way to pass time at home, working from home.
You know, it's really nice, and it gets me outside, which I always appreciate. You know, it's easy to get wrapped up in emails and roadmap creation and all that good stuff. And so it's a nice reminder that I need to get outside a couple times a day. So it's been a true win for me, for us to have him home with us.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And we spoke before we got going here. We're so fortunate at Real Green. We have amazing customers who are so successful this year, and it has given us a lot to do. Your team has done an amazing job. Work from home, COVID 2020. It seems like we've never accomplished more. So thank you very much for your
Awesome.
leadership and the way in which we've been able to step up and better serve our customers. I love the experience they're having now. Thank you for doing that. What are some of the best ways for our customers to provide feedback to the product team
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
features or new options they'd like to see in the software?
Yeah. Well, I'll just start by saying I feel so grateful to be on this team, to be working with our customers, and that they've been able to thrive through COVID and help people take advantage of getting outside. And it's the safest place to be, and so might as well have it be green and beautiful. And I'm so happy that our customers are able to do that for people, and we can support that. If you do have thoughts or feedback, anything that you'd like to share on our features, functionality, where we should be going next, there's actually a couple ways to do that. There is a new form that was just launched where you can go online and provide that feedback. That will be sent to our customer success organization, who will combine that feedback and share it with us, so we make sure we get it in a systematic way. That's a great place to report any issues you see with the software, as well as feature requests. If you are in SA5, there's also actually a feature request module within SA5. So keep an eye out for that, and feel free to submit any thoughts or feedback you have there as well.
Very, very cool. Well, this is only part one. I'm going to make you come back in a few months when we start talking about what we're launching for 21.
I look forward to it. Thanks so much, Beth. This was
Very
great.
cool. Thanks so much, and we'll talk to you soon.